Hello everyone, very good morning to you all. Welcome back to your own investment and trading desk, Stake Planner. Hope you all are earned a very hefty good returns in last week as you got tremendous upside rally of 700 to 800 points within 3 days. So today in this weekly market outlook video, we have came up with many macro and global factors which will be very beneficial for you to understand how market reacts on global terms. So we will see how these global factors and macro data affect to our Nifty and our Indian market. So without wasting any time, let's quickly start our weekly market outlook video. But before going forward, let's have a quick recap about our last week market outlook. As in last weekly market outlook, we have clearly told you that we are bullish on the market and we need to buy the dip, and we have clearly given you the level around 16,480 to buy that dip, and market has gone low towards 16,450 to 60 levels and then reverse back towards its 17,100 and 150 levels. So if you have watched the video, then you definitely must got benefited from that video, but sadly speaking many of you have missed that video. I don't know what's the reason about your missing these kind of quality videos on the market, but whatever is the reason, you know very well, and I request you to do not miss any kind of update from next time. On the sectoral front, we have told you to be bullish on FMCG sector, on realty sector and on the banking sector. You all know that how DLF, how Godrej Properties, how Oberoi Realty are performed in last week. On the bearish side, we told you to go bearish on IT sector and we told you to go bearish on pharma sector. On the stock specific front, we have given you 4 stocks, which is SDFC Limited, Bajaj Finance Limited, Kotak Bank and United Breweries Limited. You all saw that how Bajaj Finance has moved up 10% in Thursday and some kind of 3 to 4% in Friday's session. This is all about last week. So now let's come to our favorite question, what's next? But before going forward, we need to see some global and macro factor which affects the Nifty. So first of all, we have to see the recession factor. As you all know that US has technically gone under the recession. As we updated on Telegram that no one has officially declared that US is in recession, but technically when any country gives two negative GDP growth estimate, then it's considered as a recession in that country. So technically US is in a recession. Next is DXY update. DXY dollar index is we updated in Telegram chat that dollar index is very soon will top out, and it will be very beneficial for India and for the developing countries, which means is DXY index is falling is clearly shown that dollar is losing its value. After that, you all know that how news flow has started, whether it is from India or whether it is from Russia. India, as RBI governor has already said, to trade in rupee, and Russia is already denied to take any receipt or their payment in dollar terms. So you all know that how that all this will affect in dollar terms. On the commodities front, we have already given you the crude oil levels, the natural gas levels. As on the last week, natural gas has came toward its all-time high. Natural gas should trade between the 300 to 350 levels. This is the fair value for the natural gas. And crude oil, we told you that crude oil should have to come below 6,300 levels or 5,200 levels. That will be the fair value for the crude oil. And once that come in that range, you all know India will get biggest beneficiary of these two commodities downtrend. Combining all these DXY update, recession update, commodities update and other factors of dollar index, this will result into the divergence for India. Divergence, which means what? For example, if today Dow Jones up by 300 points, then you consider that Nifty will also go up by 300 points. Next day, if Dow Jones falls for 500 points, you consider that Nifty will also fall for 500 points. But this will not happen from next onward. Divergence, which means what? If Dow Jones falls, then India will gain, and if Dow Jones gain, then also India will gain. So it will be the positive factor for India. This is what divergence, which means by combining all these global factor towards India. As last week we received some data from the Bloomberg which shows that how many countries will face recession and in which probabilities. So you all saw that as per these data, every developed or some developing countries is ready to face recession and the inflation. But India is having 0% probability to go into the recession. And about inflation in India, still till the time no one is talking about deflation in India. Yes, you heard right, that India might face some deflation problem, not an inflation problem. How this will happen? How India might face some deflation problem? Let me clear you this deflation point by connecting some global factor. First factor is dollar. When dollar start to depreciate and rupee start to appreciate, they affect on the inflation number by this percentage. So you all know how we estimated where dollar will land. Second thing is commodity prices. Natural gas and crude oil prices, we are looking at the half. Currently natural gas is trading around 650 to 700 levels, and we are looking natural gas at 350 to 370 levels, and crude oil prices is around 8,000 to 8,100 rupees, and we are expecting crude oil prices near around 5,500 to 6,000 level, which means 50% downside in natural gas and 30 to 35% downside in crude oil prices. This will be the biggest beneficial for India because we are mostly and highly dependent for these natural resources on other. Third thing is recession. As you all know, whenever any country goes into the recession, that country's fund get outflowed in the country where they get more return. So you and I, we both know that which country is most suitable for any FIs to invest in this year. So I hope you got clarity on global and macro factors, how they affect to the Indian economy and the Nifty. If you like the information which we shared in this video, then do not forget to share this video with your friends and family. I hope from now onwards you will automatically start to track these kind of global factors which affect to the Nifty. Now let's come to the Nifty's level for this week. So as you all know that we have tremendous rally in last 3 days of last week, on Thursday, Friday and on Wednesday. Around 700 points of rally we got in 3 days only. So currently Nifty is trading around 17,158. On the upside, Nifty's resistance 17,250 and 17,370. This is the upside resistance for Nifty, and on the downside support for the Nifty 16,980, and below 16,980 we can see 16,630 levels. Above the resistance level, if Nifty crossed 17,370 levels, then we might see 16,570 levels, but this is less likely to come in this week. And on downside level, if Nifty breaks 16,630 levels, then we can see 16,450 levels, and that is the must buy level for you because our outlook for rest of the year is very bullish. You can see 19,100 level very soon, so do not miss any upside level in the Nifty. If you are a pro trader, you know how to short the Nifty, then only I suggest to short in these levels. Otherwise we will not recommend you to short the Nifty. You just have to do one thing, you just have to buy the dip. If you get the dip, buy that dip, you will automatically or easily get 100 to 200 points of rally. We are expecting some kind of profit booking in this week towards 16,630 or 16,450 levels, but we are bullish on the Nifty and we will buy this dip. We are not suggesting you to short the Nifty because Nifty can reverse anytime and it's an uptrend for the Nifty. So this is all about Nifty. On the sectoral front, we are still bullish on realty. You should have the buy trade in PSU bank sector and the metal sector. On the bearish side, we are bearish on pharma sector, and we will see some kind of profit booking in IT sector. We are not suggesting you to short the IT sector. We are just suggesting you to the profit booking in the IT sector. On the stock specific front, you must have to trade on SBI, Bata, Vedanta, HDFC Limited, Reliance, TVS Motors. So this is all about weekly market outlook video. Plan invest again with Stake Planner, and do not forget to like, subscribe and share this video with everyone.